Well, there is something pretty crazy that was just announced by Bandai Namco that just happened within their company. This is something that has kind of flown under the radar. I don't see a lot of people talking about it. This was announced by the company last week on July 25th, and yeah, I don't see people really mentioning it, but it is a pretty big thing for the company. You see, there is an employee of Namco, well, rather a former employee, that has been accused of embezzling money from the company, which is basically stealing. And I am talking over $3 million worth of money. I'm not talking about just $1 or $2. Now, interestingly enough, this actually does come from the Chinese division of Bandai Namco. Bandai Namco is a Japanese company. But yeah, this Automaton article notes that they do have a different division or subsidiary in China. This is Bandai Logipal or Logipal, not sure how to say it. But anyway, yes, this is a public statement from Bandai Namco last week. This is called Misconducts by the former employee of our overseas subsidiary. So it says, upon our discovery of the misconducts committed by the former employee of Bandai Logipal, we have been pursuing both civil and criminal legal proceedings against the employee in the local court and with the law enforcement authorities to hold them accountable for their actions. As we are now able to disclose the relevant information about the misconducts, we hereby inform you of the details of the misconducts as follows. Now, what we're going to see is that this investigation, it seems like, has been ongoing for about a year now, so I don't know what has just happened to make it so that Bandai Namco is now able to disclose all of the information, because it looks like this is still an ongoing investigation. But the details, so they say, as a result of the internal investigation conducted by the subsidiary, upon discovering the issues identified through the internal audit, it was found that the employee conspired with the business partners and misappropriated approximately 500 million Japanese yen from 2021 to 2023. Now, that is about 3.3 million US dollars. And yes, allegedly this occurred between 2021 to 2023, so over the course of about 2 years. So yeah, anyway, it does say that this employee was arrested on January 16th, 2024. That's about a year and a half ago. The investigation is still ongoing. Obviously, the employee, they say, was fired. Now, what's kind of interesting here is that it wasn't just this former employee that allegedly did all this embezzling that got disciplinary action here. You can see at the bottom there that it looks like 3 directors of the company and the president of the company. I think this is just the president of the Chinese subsidiary, but nonetheless, the literal president of the Chinese branch of Bandai Namco, along with 3 directors, got a 30% deduction in their pay for 3 months around the time that this individual was arrested. That is kind of interesting, especially since this is still an investigation. But I mean, yeah, obviously, why were these 4 higher ups, why were they punished? Were they involved? Well, no, I don't think so anyway. It doesn't look like it. It looks like this is just Bandai Namco trying to hold some individuals above this employee responsible for basically allowing this to happen under their watch. So, I mean, I don't ever really feel like this kind of stuff happens in the in European countries or the US. Maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, this is kind of interesting. I actually, part of me thinks that's kind of cool. I feel like rarely do higher ups get, punished for stuff like this. So yeah, I don't know. It's holding some people accountable for certain things without, firing them or anything like that, especially since they weren't actually involved. And along with just holding people responsible, Bandai Namco does add that they are going to be kind of changing things up as far as how they do things, probably beefing up some security measures to make sure that employees can't embezzle anything anymore going forward. Crazy that this is happening with a company like this. I mean, they're obviously, they're one of those companies that are really known for a lot of different gaming IPs. Anything from Pac-Man to Elden Ring. Yeah, they own a lot of stuff that you might not even really think about. So yes, allegedly this former employee was embezzling millions from the company. It's still an ongoing investigation, but yeah, we could sometime in the near future see this person actually go to prison for this.